In this video, we are going to address the mode. Now, we've already talked about the mode before, so this shouldn't be anything brand new. If you are new to the mode, I'll explain it a little bit more here, but we've already at least seen it. We saw that in lesson 5 when we talked about different histogram shapes. So you can go back there and look a little bit more if you want. But the mode is the most frequently occurring number in our data set. So let's say that we have this data set here. This is just 10 rand. Is it 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like 20, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, we have 20 data points. I'm sorry, I spaced how many numbers I put up there. We have 20 numbers between 0 and 9. Which of these is most frequently occurring? Well, you can go through and count them individually. Honestly, what would be helpful at this point is sorting them. So we'll sort the numbers so that they are now in numerical order. And then here you can easily see which number occurs the most frequently, and that is the number 7. There are 5 sevens in this case. Since it occurs the most, then we say that the mode is equal to 7. Easy as that. But sometimes there can be more than one mode. I have the same data set here, but now I've changed one digit. I'll rearrange it, and sure enough, 7 is there's still 5 sevens. But is there another thing that's changed? Yes. We now have 5 twos as well. There are 5 sevens and 5 twos. So this is what we would call bimodal because there are 2 modes in our data set. And we would write it this way. The mode is the set 2 and 7. Now, those curly braces, that's just a mathematical way of saying it's a set of numbers. So the mode is both 2 and 7. Now, as I said earlier, this is nothing new. You've seen it. We talked about this when we discussed histograms back in lesson 5. So we saw this histogram, and we saw the peak of our histogram, which occurred right around here. So in our histogram, that's our peak. That would be our mode. Why? Because it occurs the most frequently. That is our mode. In most normal distributions, the mode is the peak. All right, sorry, I need to say this right. Most normal distributions, it's symmetric on both sides, so that peak is right in the middle of our data, which is why we talk about mode as one of the measures of the center of our data. Okay, the mode is right there at the middle of our data. And then we also saw when we talked in lesson 5 about histograms that you can have 2 peaks in your histogram, and we would call this bimodal. And you just saw an example of where a bimodal where a data set that has 2 modes would occur. All right, that's really all there is to the mode. I'll talk a little bit more about it along with the mean as we introduce the next measure of center, which is the median.